you know, I trip off how with all of your book reading and all of the scholars y'all listen to and all of the DVDs y'all watch and all of your research, you still come to the dumbest conclusions and solutions. In the description box will be more of the video I'm going to play in of where I got it from. And I only need about 90 seconds of this video. And I want to speak to this idea that I've spoke about plenty of times. And I have my reasons for knowing who the Black Power people's God is. And I know its name, and its name is white supremacy. Let's hear a man call on it.
I'll tell you something, this thing is going to go either way. That George Floyd thing. And now with this new killing out there in Minnesota, the tensions are going to be more high. Okay? Black folks, y'all better get ready. See, black folks like to play around and mess around until it's the last minute. If they let George Floyd off, it's going to be for real open season on folks. It's already open season now, so then they'll have a legal precedent for it. There's nothing that will stop them on a legal plane. Okay? And let me tell you something, family, that's good. I don't mind if Chapin get off. I don't mind if Chapin get off at all. I don't mind. Let him off. Let him off, because when the white supremacists start getting crazy, that's going to wake up the dead people, the people who are already sleeping, acting dumb. Let's get it popping. That's where we want to go with it. Oh, I'm telling you why. See, we need to wrap this whole white supremacy bullshit up. See, and black people seem to wake up a little bit when the white supremacists are just insanely bold with shit. That's good. If they're going to do something, make them do it quickly. So great. Look, if the white supremacists are going to do a genocide, they're going to do it anyway. They're going to do it nice and slow. No. Force the white supremacists to kill all of us.
That man just said murdering black people in mass would be a good thing. He did like a lot of religious people do. The man just asked for us to be raptured. And that sounded worse than Tommy asking where are the Darren Wilsons when you need them, and there needs to be a George Zimmerman on every block in the hood. Now, this idea, this crazy notion that I've talked about time and time again, is no pain, no gain. How long were slaves slaves? For life, right? Lived and died under those circumstances. Do people stay in abusive relationships? Yes, of course they do. Being in pain or under oppression, being in a state of misery, is not the determining factor in if somebody is going to do something to change those circumstances. But the silly idea that we need to be brought to our knees so that we will wake up. After all that's happened to black people, since before this place was called the United States, people still speak this nonsense about how hurting black people will spark movement. But how long did black people sit in the Black Code era? Decades, right? But why decades, though? Because you know, being in a bad situation is what makes people move, you think. So why decades then? After all that's happened here, people still tell themselves, man, we ain't going to learn until we get stripped of everything we got. And a lot of people who be saying that don't like black people. But they hide it behind that black empowerment talk about how pain will wake us up. And Tariq ain't even close to being the only one that said that.
So, my message to Mr. Trump, push it real good. Push it so good that black people say, I'm out of here. I can't take it no more. But where are we going?
That was y'all's mans and them right there, asking for increased incarceration, more police murders, more redlining, and more of everything that black people got a problem with. That's what push it means. But let a Candace Owens get on here and say that, and you'll lose your minds over her. Farrakhan and others get a pass, though. Why? Well, because they have that black empowerment shield to protect them. That talk that y'all let blind and deafen y'all to where you'll only recognize the suggestion to exterminate black people as a problem if it comes from the mouth of a Anthony Bryan Logan type character. Kind of like when Kanye said that slavery was a choice. All that heat came down on him. It rained fire and brimstone on the man. Even though your black power guy, Dr. Claude Anderson, had been saying that same thing for years. But not a word against him. Not a word against him from people on here. Keep being blinded by that artificial black power talking.
Ooh. How long did you think the gravy train was gonna last? How long did you think America was gonna take care of you? I don't know about y'all, but I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it. Because now maybe it'll force black folk to really be independent. Maybe it'll force you to carry your ass outside with those 2 months of food stamps that you got and go to Walmart or your local grocery store while the spring seedlings are in. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Send Uncle Sam. This ain't the first time. This is just the longest time. They're doing something. Just to see if Americans will go off so they can all outright begin martial law. Oh, I'm gonna piss off a whole bunch of people. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a goddamn.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of empowerment people talk like Tariq did. But like I said, I've talked about this stuff plenty of times before. And one of the questions I've asked is, how do you know that that solution won't be the final one? Something that we won't be able to bounce back from. And the ones who will suggest this increased targeting of black people, how do they know that they'll be immune from it? Murder black people in mass and put us in Jim Crow is the conclusion and solution y'all come to. With all of your black power knowledge, oppression is the best you can come up with. We had stronger family units and we had more money in Jim Crow. I've heard that from plenty of them. They'll look you straight in the face and tell you that racism was best for black people. We loved each other more before the civil rights movement. I know what their God is. We need a wake-up call. But didn't Walter Scott get shot up all in his back in front of everybody? And all the other incidents, bodies being found, lynched, and all kind of other stuff. But so what is the nonsense about how we'll wake up if it gets worse? But listen, the thing that gets people to move is the right ones telling them to. The leadership. Otherwise, people will sit in whatever the situation is and just adjust and adapt to it. Slave rebellions, women's rights movements, or whatever. When the right ones tell the other ones that enough is enough, that's the determining factor, not the situation itself. So when you hear people say we need to be exterminated so we'll become a better people, When you hear them say that, what they're really telling you is that they don't like black people, and the God of white supremacy is the only thing that could make us whole.
Where you come from?